Hey everybody, Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we are talking with the lovely Savannah Jade. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. You?
Pretty good. It's nice to get to chat with you, and we're here today to talk to you about your music, about what you do in the world. But for those who are new to you, can you give a little intro about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Savannah Jade, and I'm an artist from Quebec, actually, French Canadian first, but I sing in English. And yeah, I've been part of Five Roses before, and now I'm just launching my solo career, and I'm having a blast.
I'm actually based in Ottawa, so we're pretty close to each other.
Yeah,
hmm So I guess the first question is always probably the most important is what got you started in music?
I think it's when I started to. I first heard opera when I was young, actually. I was watching a movie called The Phantom of the Opera.
Mhm.
And I just fell in love with the way they sang and stuff. And so I started to take classic singing lessons. And then I was too shy to sing in front of people. Even my voice coach, I was like super shy to sing in front of her. So it took me a while. And I was a figure skater back then, but then I quit figure skating and I was trying to pursue that adrenaline back and that feeling of performance again. So I started to do singing contests. And that's how I fell in love with the scene and performing and the contacts with people and stuff. So I think that would be when it first started to get my heart, and I was like, that's what I want to do in my life. Nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, music definitely grabs a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
So how does things like opera and classical help you transition into like the country scene now?
Yeah, it really helped me a lot, like with technical stuff, with my voice, such as breathing and lots of voice techniques. But then I was like, I want to feel like I sing more with my heart and really my emotions instead of more of that technical part. And my dad's a big country fan, so he always like I grew up listening to country music a lot, and we had rodeo festivals at home in my hometown. So I was always a big fan of country music, and Shania Twain was my biggest idol at the time too, and she still is.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yeah, maybe let's try that. And I thought my voice sounded good in country music too. So that's when I started to do that way.
hmm Now, who might be some of the people that influence your music that someone wouldn't expect that you listen to?
I love Alanis Morissette. She's one of my biggest idol too. I really love her. Olivia Rodrigo too.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I like everything rock, some pop too. I love Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter. And yeah, could say that.
Lots of big names to take inspiration from, and those are some great ones for sure.
Yeah.
So, what's your process like when you're putting together music, like when you're putting together a track and trying to flush everything out?
Um, you mean the process behind like songwriting or?
Well, so what do you do for songwriting, and then how does that transition into going into the studio and recording everything?
Yeah, I really like my sound to be rock. So, and every time you write a song, it doesn't sound like rock right away. It just sounds like an acoustic a song that you can play on an acoustic set. And then we just go in studio and I'm like, put the most guitars you can do and drums and stuff and make it big because I like that sound. And it's a sound that makes me want to have fun in parties. So yeah, that's how I transform my song.
And one of the reasons we're here today is to talk about you have the new release, More Like It. What's the story behind putting that one together?
Yeah, so More Like It was actually wrote by Jess Moskook and Kale Dodds and Corey Crowder. And so when I was in Nashville last year, in the process of writing my own songs, she sent me a bunch of songs and she was like, "You don't have to like them. Like, tell me what you think about them. Maybe something could resonate with you and stuff." And when I heard More Like It, I was like, "Why didn't you record it? Because it's so good." It's like a Shania Twain kind of vibe, and I fell in love with it and I just really wanted to record it right away. And so again, we made it a bit more rockier and had some fun with it. So yeah,
No, it's a great song. I love the sound of how just everything puts together.
thank you so much.
Mhm. Now, how do you think your music has evolved over the years coming into this new release? And you've been doing this for a little bit now.
Yeah, and it's totally different than my first project I had with Five Roses. I think it's just more me because I've always been a big fan of rock music and so and pop music, and I think it's just a sound that um resonates with me more, and I just feel 100% like myself now, and so I just want to continue to put rock songs that we can party to and have fun and just forget about the bad stuff. So
Is there anything that you're interested to try to incorporate in your music that is kind of a little bit more out of the box, maybe different types of sounds?
I have a hard time to write about love, which is funny because I'm in a super healthy relationship since 7 years now. I'm engaged and stuff, but I can't write a love song, and that's my goal for this year's Nashville trip. And I really wanted to write a love song, actually. So
Okay,
we'll
that'd be.
see what. Yeah.
Now, what's probably the most interesting thing you've learned about yourself as you've grown through your music career?
That's a good question. What I learned about myself is I was scared of writing first because like I've always felt like an imposter since I'm a French first. French is my first language. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't write in English. It's like it's gonna be so hard and stuff. And then I just got in rooms with writers and I was telling them my stories and stuff. And I just realized that like it's a team effort and everybody works together and it just builds those songs that are super fun, and so it just let the stress out of me more, and so now I know that's it, it's more of a team thing and I just can tell them what I want to say sometimes if I don't have the words for it, and they're so like they're so awesome and they're so used to it, so it's fun to work together.
Hmm. Have you used any of your lessons from back when you were figure skating to help navigate your career now?
Maybe some stuff about stress, how to react with stress and like anxiety and stuff like that. Because I was a big anxiety girl at the time too. So I think working with that and learn how to process that. But yeah, I think figure skating helped me a lot because like I felt like I grew up in that way and just got easier to perform with people and just to enjoy that and have fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's very disciplined. Oddly enough, I used to figure skate once upon a
Oh
time
yeah?
when I was
Did
younger.
you?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
I don't look like I should be figure skating, but I was out there when I was younger, so doing some.
Anybody can figure skate.
That's actually
It's
how I
fun.
learned to skate. Was I figure skate,
Yeah.
learned how to do that, and then I transitioned into hockey.
That's so fun. It's the best way to learn, actually.
Yeah, actually, I think it did a really good job for me.
Nice. Nice.
Now, with the music careers and everything being as crazy as they can be, and the industries all over the place, what do you do to stay grounded and keep yourself on a level playing field?
I keep myself super busy with my day jobs and stuff, so I don't really have time for myself to breathe. So I don't have to think about it, and I'm just like living day to day and have fun. So yeah, just
Hmm.
keep myself busy.
What's your thoughts on like the Montreal music scene and like the Quebecois scene compared to going to somewhere like Nashville and things like that?
There's so much talent in Quebec and in each genres. Like there's so many country artists in Quebec that I love. I'm going to see a show tonight of one of my friends doing his album launch tonight. So there's so much talent everywhere. I think there's just hidden gems that you can find everywhere, and there's a huge country scene now in Quebec, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So it's fun to see that evolve.
Hmm. Is there any artist you think more people should be listening to that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, I love Andy Theriault. If you don't know her, she's from Quebec and she's really, really the sweetest girl, and her music is really good too.
Mm.
So
Okay, good.
yeah,
We'll check her out here.
yeah,
Now, I always ask a couple fun questions on the back half of my interview just to throw you off or make you think a little bit. And
cool.
my favorite one that I like is what's one thing you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
That's a really good question. Um, if you would be an animal, what animal would you be? No, that's a joke.
I anything though, it's one of those things that makes you think and kind of
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. Sometimes people ask that in the job interviews, so I just thought about it, but yep.
Your animal be?
I would be a horse so I can run free and just yeah, because I love horses, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, no, that makes sense. I think myself, I'd be like a bear because I don't do anything really fast. I like to take my time, and I'm just a big grizzly looking person. So,
A bear is a good idea too.
and they're very family protecting and everything. So,
Yeah, that's true.
all right, now here's a fun one for you. What's the most underrated salad dressing?
Um, the Catalina one.
Okay,
I love that one. For some reason, I put that all the time, but it's underrated. So yeah,
yeah,
Catalina.
I actually used to enjoy that, and then you just never see it anywhere anymore. It kind of
That's
disappeared.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's no, it's now, you've been doing this a little bit and you have different experiences. I'm curious if you have a memorable fan moment. Maybe someone's sent you a message or come up to you and told you how your songs meant to them.
Yes, I had a fan sending me a picture of my dog that she painted,
Okay.
and I was amazed by it. It's in my living room now. I just love it. She was so nice, and she painted my baby dog. So
Hmm.
I was like the cutest present.
Yeah, no, those are always nice when you get those different moments because it just means a little bit extra.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you were to introduce your music to somebody for the first time, nobody's ever listened to you before, what's the first song they need to listen to get the full grasp of who you are?
Hmm. I think I'd say more like it now. I have only two songs out now too, so that I can think of. But I mean, I think more like it because it's more of a party song, and I'm really kind of a party girl.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I like to have fun and just scream to my song in my car and just have a blast. So I think that would be that, and line dancing, of course. So yeah,
Yeah, two great tracks for sure.
thank you so much.
Now, one of the biggest things a lot of people like to know about is what's your motivation to walk the musical road that you're walking?
Just the feeling I get when I get on stage with people, and like every time we go on stage, it takes like 2 seconds and then you're out and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I can go back already. And so just performing is really something that I love, and the contact with fans and stuff. I think that's what drives me a lot because it's something you cannot like tell to someone who never lived that.
Mhm.
So it's really special, and it's moments like you want to live that every day. So I think that would be that.
Is there some like dream shows you want to play or dream venues you're looking forward to play?
Dream venues would be like Red Rocks and the Madison Square Garden, but I mean, these are really big. But the more festivals I can play, I love summer festivals, and people have so much fun, and it's a good way to discover new artists too. So yeah, all the big summer festivals in Canada too. So that would be so fun.
We'll have to get you to Boots and Hearts. I'm out there every year catching that festival.
Yeah, I'd love to.
That'll be wink wink.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, what are some of the next milestones you're looking to hit? You have the new release. Do you have any more projects coming up next?
Yes, I just did my music video for the latest single, and I got it yesterday. And it's so fun. I can't wait to put it out. It's gonna be out at the Valentine's Day, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be so fun. We had a blast. And this one, I don't know if you saw my first music video,
Hmm.
which we played like special characters and stuff. This one's more us, and so talking about us because my fiance is there, and my friends, all of my friends are there too, and my parents actually. So yeah, it's more about having fun, and it's us, so it's really fun.
No, that's good. I like that. And yeah, I watched the first one. I was a fun video too, so it's going to be nice to have another
Yeah,
popping out like that.
yeah, totally.
I like to ask this one every so often is what's a piece of advice that you might have been given when you were starting music that you've kind of really held on to and that's really helped you keep going?
To not be scared to be who you are,
Okay.
just to do what you do the best, which is be yourself. And Yeah, that's it. Just be yourself and have fun out there.
Is there any interesting like hardships you've had to get over that people might learn from?
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Like a hard point where, you felt down about your music or not able to keep going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, many times I was like, first of all, because like again, since French is my first language, I felt like an imposter for so long. And then people were like, no, it's part of you. It makes you unique to speak like that and stuff. And I was like, okay, so I just now totally enjoy being myself and who I am. And I think it's the best advice we could give to anybody actually, because like we're ourselves. We cannot be anyone else. So yeah, that would be
Oh,
that.
that works, and I think a lot of people need to know that. Like, I had imposter syndrome getting on this camera for the first time when I started
Oh yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was always the guy behind the camera taking pictures. I never did any of these before, and COVID hit, and now that I do 100 of these a year, so
And you're so good. You have great questions. I love
well, I
that.
appreciate that because sometimes I think I have really crappy questions.
And no, you're great. You're super good.
I like that. Thank you. Now, I guess we have a couple more questions here, two really important ones. What do you hope people take away from your music?
I just want them to, if they can relate to my songs, to feel liberated with them and to scream cry to the top of their lungs and just have fun, actually. Because, like, I like to listen to country music and just roll down my windows and just having a blast. So if the fans could do that and have fun to my music, that's would mean the world. So yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing better than like that. Turn up the music, turn down the windows.
Yeah.
And
This feeling of liberty and yeah.
every time I go to Boots, I do that. I have my windows cranked all the way down and put as loud as music as I can on just because.
It's so fun. It's so fun. I wish I had a Jeep.
Yeah, well, I have a big SUV now, so it makes it it's like a truck almost driving down the road.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Great.
Now, last question, probably the most important is, are you happy?
I'm so happy right now. I feel on my ex. I don't think I've ever been this happy in my whole life, actually. And I'm really grateful for everything that's happening to me and like for my family and my friends. And I'm just, yeah, I'm really happy. That's a good question though. Are you happy?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to think I am. I have a good family. I have a 4-month-old baby boy who's
Oh,
keeping me extra
congrats.
busy and a 2-year-old daughter too, so it's always chaos here, but
Yeah,
I'd like to think I'm happy. Everything's kind of going really well.
nice.
Hmm
Good to hear.
That's all the stuff I have written down here. I mean, anything else you'd like to add for new listeners?
I think that's pretty much all.
Where can people find you on social media?
So I have a TikTok channel and Instagram, and it's Savannah Jade Music on both.
Okay, we'll make sure we link.
And yeah, and my YouTube channel
Okay.
too.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure getting to talk to you and pick your brain a little bit and see what maybe
Likewise.
hopefully we get to do this again and hopefully we'll run into each other at Boots and Hearts and get you
Yeah.
shots be live.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, we'll sign off and I'm hoping I can post this today or tomorrow at least. I'm trying to make sure I'm really on top of these things now.
Cool. Thank you so much. It was fun.
No problem. And we'll see you again.
Cool.
All right, bye now.
Bye.